you want to understand the Bible on a deeper level, learn to ask questions and meditate on the scriptures. Matthew 9:14, the disciples of John come to Jesus, right? And they say, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast, but your disciples don't?" This question is going to set the foundation for everything else we're about to see here. Jesus is about to give essentially three different examples to give them the same answer. He's going to answer it three different ways. We should probably ask why. Jesus says, "Can the wedding guests mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them?" Why this language of wedding? Why is that part of the way Jesus explains why the disciples don't fast? The days will come when the bridegroom is taken from them, then they'll fast. Okay, so it seems as though fasting is only appropriate when the bridegroom is taken, but when he's there, it's not appropriate to mourn, right? I might ask, why does Jesus talk about mourning? Is that what they're referring to when they use the word fast? What did it look like for an ancient Israelite to actually perform a fast? And what are these days that are coming? Why does Jesus use the language of a wedding ceremony to give them his answer? Now he's going to give them his second answer. No one puts a piece of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, for the patch tears away from the garment. Okay, why a wedding? And now why unshrunk cloth on an old garment? How are they related? What is the point both of these images are conveying? The patch apparently tears away from the garment. I might ask why if I know nothing about sewing. And a worse tear is made. So apparently we should be tracking with the fact that, okay, new cloth is not compatible with an old garment. Why is that? And why is that part of Jesus' reason for why the disciples are not fasting, right? Maybe fasting is not compatible with the current season they're in where the bridegroom is present. Now we get our third example. Neither is new wine put into old wineskins. If it is, the skins burst and the wine is spilled, and the skins are destroyed. So in each of these examples, whether it's the wineskin or the old garment or the wedding ceremony, we should be asking, what are all three of these images conveying? What do they have in common? Where do they overlap? In both of these, metaphors, what do each of these things represent? You might say the old garment relates to the old wineskin and the way they're doing things without the bridegroom or with the bridegroom, whatever connection Jesus is making. So when you see a metaphor or some kind of analogous image, we should ask, what is the point being made with this image? Apparently the wine is spilled, an old garment tears away, because of the patch, but new wine is put into fresh wineskins. Both are preserved. How does preservation relate to the fasting and the mourning and the wedding ceremony? We'll tackle that